Do you want to move your life forward in the most positive way using astrology? Then let's talk about the astrological patterns for June 2022. The month begins filled with motivational energy. We just experienced the Mars-Jupiter conjunction in Aries at the end of May, and that energy will be working for the entire month of June. Mars-Jupiter conjunct in Aries is very potent. It activates the root chakra, and our root chakra, which is at our tailbone, keys in that motivational energy that makes things happen. So exercise, get some sunshine, make sure you are moving your body, and you're probably going to feel a renewed sense of confidence. Early in the month, we also have Mercury ending the retrograde phase. That's going to happen on June 3rd. It began the retrograde in Gemini in May, and it's completing the retrograde in Taurus. It moved back into the very late degrees of Taurus. So you're going to find a sense of completion and a sense of clarity that comes forward, especially later in June, on June 13th, when Mercury goes back into Gemini. It's a very powerful place for Mercury. This is clear thinking. This is high communication energy. Watch at the beginning of June. You're probably going to have clarity. You're probably going to find plans come together. You may find that ideas start to percolate. Pay attention. On June 4th, we have Saturn entering the retrograde phase. Now, this is very important. You know, we began the Saturn in Aquarius transit late in 2020, and that's when Saturn and Jupiter were conjunct in Aquarius. And this phase has been very productive for astrology. I mean, astrology is just blasting all over the world with popularity. But it's also very important in understanding that what we think comes into reality. So this last phase from June to the end of the year, when Saturn is traveling through the last phase in Aquarius before it gets ready to enter Pisces next year, we're going to find this integration of all of these spiritual techniques and understanding how sound, our voice, our words, and our thinking help to shape our reality. So pay attention to this. This is really important. We have another powerful planetary transit taking place in June, and that is Venus in Taurus. That's its home sign. Venus is very happy in Taurus. This is sensual. This is earthy. This is connection with nature, connection with wonderful food and tastes and scents. On June 11th, we're going to have Venus making the conjunction with Uranus. This is high social energy. This is a time when you get to come out of your shell. And this is also a time when you get to connect with your maverick self. Uranus is the maverick planet. You know, I do the Maverick podcast, and if you want to understand more about the maverick personality, tune into the podcasts. But the reason I'm mentioning this is because when Venus makes the conjunction with Uranus, we get to understand our own sense of individuality. It's going to be rippling through the airwaves, and it's going to be very important that you align with your own unique perspective, your own unique way to go through life, and that you truly love yourself for it. June 13th is when Mercury enters Gemini again and travels through that sign for the rest of the month. So this is a high communication period. And again, it's a time frame when you may clarify what you were working on during the Mercury retrograde phase. And then the next day, June 14th, we have a full moon in Sagittarius, and that full moon will be squaring Neptune. So that is a beautiful combination of mysticism and visionary energy, our ability to connect spiritually and with our intuition, and our ability to navigate life in the physical form. Mid-month at that full moon, practice some eyes open meditational skills, meaning you can connect with your spiritual side and your higher senses and go through life at the same time with your eyes open. That full moon in Sagittarius is trying to teach us that we don't need to separate our life from our spirituality. They're merged. They need to work together. So you go through life in a meditative state 24 hours a day. That's what that full moon wants to bring about. June 23rd, we have Venus entering Gemini, leaving Taurus, entering Gemini, and joining Mercury. Communication energy is very, very strong. Watch what you are saying and make sure you write a card or a note or send a positive email to a friend. Venus in Gemini wants to key the communication energy socially, and this is a wonderful time to give someone a compliment, to tell them that you love them, to say something nice. So to summarize the astrological patterns for June, remember Mercury ends the retrograde phase on June 3rd. It will be in Taurus, but it will move back into Gemini on June 13th. So you're going to find that there is some sense of completion or clarity or organizational energy that happens in your thinking for all the things you were contemplating for May. June 4th, we have Saturn entering the retrograde phase, and this is a very important integration of that Aquarian energy. And this is going to be very strong, especially with our understanding of spiritual technology, meaning that your thoughts, your words manifest into reality. Remember, mid-month, June 11th, we have Venus and Uranus making a conjunction, and this is a sparkling social time. This is when you get to stand up and be proud of the unique energy that you have. June 14th is the full moon in Sagittarius. Eyes open meditation. Meditate every moment of every day. Use your spirituality in life everywhere you go. June 23rd, Venus enters Gemini, and that's when our words really matter. So June is a very positive month. Watch your motivational energy as Mars travels through Aries, and get out there and enjoy some sunshine, get some exercise, but use all that courageous motivational energy to do something good. Thank you. I'm Kathy Rose.